All right, Coach, it's NCAA tournament time. All of a sudden, it seems like the season didn't start that long ago, and now we're getting ready for the NCAA tournament, the Southeast Regional back here at Tex Turner Arena this weekend. But let's first kind of look back to the South Atlantic Conference Championship. The program wins its fourth SAC tournament title this past weekend over in Greenville, South Carolina. What did you see from your team? What did it take to get that victory?
Well, I think, you go in both those games, Wingate and Queens, I think they were similar in pretty slow starts. Got the shoots pretty slowly, but I thought we did a nice job in both games of kind of hanging in there, and our defense stayed persistent. I thought the whole weekend, we didn't allow bad offense to afflict our defense and bleed in. A lot of times it's hard to maintain your energy and your activity level and focus on the defensive end when you're not making shots. I think the Wingate game was 10-4 with 10 minutes to go in the first half. We scored 4 points, but I told the guys in the timeout, the under 12 media, I said, the great thing is it's at the time it was 8-4. I said it's not 18-4. We haven't dug ourselves such a huge hole. We'll make shots eventually as long as we keep taking good ones. I try not to react to makes or misses. Try to stay more focused on, is it a quality shot or not a quality shot. And I thought we were getting pretty good looks. We just weren't making them. When you look at we eventually with Wingate, we kind of broke through. Our defense was really good, and we got out in transition, got some easy ones, and floodgates kind of opened for us. With Queens, I really thought we stole one. I kind of told you that in the post game. I thought they did a great job. Queens came in and really, for most of the game, outplayed us. I thought we had a really good stretch from about 15 minutes in the second half to about 4.5 minutes in the second half, and the last 4.5 minutes was a how not to clinic in terms of how to close a game. It was mainly my fault, certainly bad coaching and some bad execution by the players, but we did find a way to get it done, and had some guys with some otherworldly performances. Obviously Torian Pinson might have been the single best game I've witnessed from an individual in terms of just the impact he had. I mean, everybody's going to talk about the 31 points, but obviously he almost he's in quadruple double range when you look at rebounds, assists, steals, and then we have our analytics stuff, his effort numbers, deflections and loose balls, etc. He had 23, which is the most we've ever had here in terms of a single game. So talk about a guy, refusing to lose and having just putting us on his back. He was incredible. So despite my best efforts to hinder us down the stretch, we were able to get it done and get over the finish line against a great Queens team. But we know we stole one there. I mean, they certainly outplayed us, but we're going to take it and move forward. Hopefully, be better this week.
Obviously, we've been so used to winning based on offense and defense, but our offense kind of struggled a little bit early in both games against Wingate and Queens. But what did you learn about your team when they had to go through that stuff, that adversity offensively, and then still pulled out the victory in both games?
Well, I think, when we get started in the beginning of the year, everybody talks about our offense. We've had, I think we've averaged over 90 a game the last 3 years, and we try to be as good as we can on both ends. I don't think, one necessarily supersedes the other, but we always talk about defense is something you can control. You can't control making or missing shots. You try to get good shots, try to take care of the ball, but the defensive end, the effort, the urgency, contesting shots. I mean, we really focus on being, quality possessions on both ends of the floor. I thought our guys showed again a lot of resilience, a lot of grit and fiber to kind of hang in there. Shots aren't falling, easy to deflate, easy to get frustrated, easy to let your guard down defensively. And I really thought we kind of, like I said, persevered through that, and we showed a lot of heart and fight on the defensive end, and we made plays offensively. We had to score enough. I think we had only scored under 80, I think, 3 times all year going into the conference semis. And then we score 77, I think, in 76 against Wingate, 77 against Queens. So, it happens twice in a row. But also that's part of the postseason, right? I mean, the game slows down, points become hard to come by. So when we get into August every year, and we kind of have lay that foundation, and we have a blueprint for how we want to play. We hope that blueprint translates, not just in November, December, but all the way into March. We have a blueprint, a roadmap of what we think we need to do to be successful, and everything for us starts, on the defensive end. Even though people like to focus on what we've done offensively, that's the area that we try to really hone in on, be great and be consistent, and hopefully offensively, we generate good shots. We're taking them. If we make them, miss them, we can live with it. And our defense hopefully can carry the day on those nights that shots don't fall.
Well, now the Southeast Regional is back here at Tex Turner Arena for the third time in 4 seasons. Like we said, it gets started on Saturday. Obviously, a massive advantage to be back here at Tex Turner Arena. You've won 23 straight here. It's been over a year since we've experienced the loss here at Tex Turner Arena. So, heading into this region where you're trying to win your 3rd straight, how important is it to have it back here in Harrogate?
I think it's amazing. It gives you it's the best path to winning the region. Obviously, it doesn't guarantee you anything. You got to go out and play. Well, I told the guys this, yesterday. I'd rather be playing great basketball and bring a team on the road than be limping into something and be at home. I think the most important thing is the mental and physical kind of framework of your team and mindset of your team. So, but I do think we're in a good place. Obviously, we play our best basketball here inside of Tex Turner Arena. We get great crowds. I still think when you look at the Lenore-Ryan game in the regional a couple years ago, that's as good a crowd as we've had, as electric as it's been. We've had some great crowds here at the end of the season, 4,000 plus. I think our last 2 home games of the regular season, and hopefully expecting crowds in that number here starting on Saturday night. So everything's good. You got your comforts of home. You've got your arena, everything that you're comfortable with. I think that, like everything, there's always a downside, and the downside is there's more distractions. When you're home, you got more people around. There's more people that can get at you versus being on the road in a hotel and you're kind of isolated from all that stuff. So the noise is probably more prevalent. The outside stuff is probably more prevalent, but we've talked to our guys, about not overcomplicating it and trying to just stay focused on the things we know are going to translate, this weekend, and hopefully into next week. But that's more difficult at home. But obviously, if you could choose it, we take home every day and playing here in front of our fans on our court, and and I think hopefully be a great atmosphere. And we've talked about this. We've done it before, so we've hosted it well. Fans understand it, and it should be, like I said, all the games should be pretty well attended.
When you talked about the bigger thing is gauging where your team is at from a physical, mental, emotional standpoint, all of those things. Where you think the team is at coming off of the program's 4th SAC tournament title?
Well, I think we're in a good place. Obviously, you always want to play better, but I think we showed a lot of the heart and resolve, and again, that grit and grunt and fiber and toughness that you got to have to kind of find a way in these games. We talked about all season. We really try to focus on being great in our preparation, be committed to continual improvement, and then empty the tanks and play to our ceiling every single game. Find a way to win the game in front of us. Much less about improvement as you get to the postseason, because right now it's a 1-game season. So the only thing we're guaranteed is Saturday night. We got to win Saturday night to earn another game on Sunday. So you're focused less on that and more on just the preparation and block everything out and put your best foot forward and find a way to win the game in front of you. So but I like where we are. I think we can have some guys that can play better. I think you take some things out of the tournament. We have some individual guys that can perform at a higher level and are capable of performing at a higher level, and will need to perform at a higher level for us to navigate this tournament. So that's on us to find a way. But again, the stuff that we showed in the postseason, like I said, the game kind of slows down, and you got to be mentally tough and you got to be physically tough. And I thought in both games coming out of the tournament, we showed a lot of resolve, because it wasn't a tournament where we shot the ball particularly well. Even if you go to the Anderson game, I don't know what we finished tournament with, but I know the first 2 rounds, quarters and semis, we were 15 for 57 from 3. And we've been, I think, top 2 or 3 in the country all year in 3-point percentage. And again, to win and have success and find a way to navigate those 3 games, it bodes well. But every game's its own mosaic. So starting on Saturday with King, you can throw everything out. I mean, we got to come back in and again put everything we have and play our best basketball. These are the most important games of the year. There's no question. And whatever's happened or didn't happen the previous 31 games, it makes no difference. When the ball's tipped up 5:30 on Saturday.
Well, and from here on out, it is lose and you're done. You already alluded to this. You play King 5:30 here on Saturday, a team that we've played in the first round of the NCAA tournament before. We've already played once this season. They're the Conference Carolinas regular season champions. So kind of what are you expecting to see from George Pitts' squad?
I wish I knew. George is a guy that we could see anything. George is the toughest first round matchup because He's a great coach. He is absolutely not scared to try anything. We played him in the first round years ago at Montevallo. We went out there and we saw absolutely nothing that we had seen from them all year long on either end of the floor. It was incredible, and we had to try to adjust in game. I think we wound up winning that game by just a couple points and kind of scrambled to get it done. They've got a good team. They won the regular season title in Conference Carolinas, went 14-4 in the league. It's rare, I think, ever to see a regular season champion get an 8th seed, but it shows, I think, the strength of the region. You look at it, I think there's 4 teams in the top 25 right now, with Pembroke and Clayton State, us and Queens, and then you got Carson Newman, who's kind of been floating in that top 25 all year. So region is deep, but they're really good. They've got the player of the year in the league in Jordan Floyd, who's just a dynamic scorer. They've got 3 guys who have made over 73s. When you look at Jadon Young, obviously Jordan Floyd, Mike Salomon. Mac Owens is a double-double machine, averaging over 13 and 9.5. They've got great coaching, great playing. I think we'll see. Again, I really don't know. We're going to have to prepare for a lot of stuff. They'll have a game plan in place. They'll have some stuff they're trying to do. We'll have to kind of we'll take some guesses here in preparation, but and hope we guess right. But then at the end of the day, it comes out to going out and seeing what they're doing and then try to adjust. We had no idea Wingate was going to play us the way they did, and you see different things from different teams throughout the year. Carson Newman came in and had a whole different game plan. We played them, so you got to adjust on the fly. But I told our guys, we've really, from our standpoint, we've got a veteran team. We've been through this. I think we've felt every kind of pressure you can feel. We've played in a bunch of big games, and we've seen everything really that you can see. From a game plan standpoint. So now it comes out to us going out, executing, doing what we do best, and trying to make the necessary adjustments inside the game. But when we've got great leadership, we've got great seniors. They care deeply. I think again, they're doing a great job leading us, and it's on us just to utilize these last 2 days, prepare as well as we can, and go out, put our best foot forward, starting on Saturday, and let the chips fall where they may.